crooked mile. The crooked man stepped forth and rang the crooked bell, and thus his crooked soul.
James Wann is a very interesting person. I would even say a lucky guy. He was a college student when he made Saw, and with such a low budget, to get Danny Glover is a blessing for filmmakers. And for a movie with a budget lower than $1 million, it looks great. Still, 14 years later, it still holds up very well. And I've enjoyed all the movies he's made. Even Dead Silence, a film with an interesting behind the scenes, and I think an overlooked movie. I'll definitely talk about it in the future for sure. What makes James Wann a great director is he always tries challenging the genre. So I know the Conjuring universe has a mixed reaction with some great movies and just some bad apples that definitely, I think, tarnished the cinematic universe of The Conjuring. And it all started with Annabelle, and the spin-offs just got worse, to be honest. With The Nun, it was just a goddamn cash grab. But the first two Conjuring movies, The Conjuring and The Conjuring 2, are great horror films that will definitely become classics. And you might be saying, well, what makes them classics? But I'll say this to you. What is a classic? Well, it's when a film is so good, people talk about it for a long time. Or it's where they changed the genre, made it new and unique. Where again, it's gonna have people talking about it. And yeah, you're welcome for the film school class. What is the History Channel? Some people might think the first two Conjuring movies are just normal paranormal films, but hell no, you're totally wrong. The films are way different from other paranormal movies, but it still respects the genre. But now I'm gonna get into spoilers for the first two films, and I mean, if you haven't seen the first two Conjuring films, like, come on, man, what are you doing? Stop the video and watch the movies, and then return back to my video, and you're welcome. The movies start with Annabelle, the doll, just at an apartment, and it's just of people living there telling the Warrens on what they've seen and heard since having Annabelle. And with such a simple scene that, to be honest, a scene that shouldn't be that scary at all, James Wann makes the beginning scary on how he just shot the beginning with it being dark and with flashes of what Annabelle did to these people is such a great addition. But also, Annabelle is just a scary looking bitch. What also works is the Warrens teaching a class. They show archive footage of an exorcism, and they film the footage like a documentary feel, so it looks real in the background of the scene. And I like how that some of the students are suspicious of the footage. I think that's a great addition, that with other paranormal films, the characters, or even the background characters, they believe ghosts are real. Everyone. So the movie is about a family that moves into the house. And yeah, when the family gets introduced, the movie gets slower, but I didn't mind that at all, because you watch the flaws, the happiness, the scariness of each character. And again, with other paranormal characters, unless it's a unique ghost movie, most characters are dull, and you just have scares every scene. And very cheap, crappy jump scares. Yes, there would be classic jump scares, but it was very minimal. With the first Conjuring, you would join the Warrens as they travel through this house. It's like you're one of the members, you're one of the homies. I'll never say that again. And when they're spooked, you get scared right away because you are joining their investigation. But also the scares are very subtle, and you might be thinking, that's not right. But no, because sometimes the scares are at the background where you really have to see it, but when you see it, you actually get spooked. Or sometimes the scares are right in front of your face, you actually don't expect it. Here's when I get to the twist, and if you still haven't seen it yet, what are you doing, dude? Huge spoilers. So you would think it's just a demon or just a normal ghost that's taunting and scaring this family. No, they keep on showing during the film, having the shot of a tree outside the house and a rope that was used as a noose. And you eventually find out the house belonged to a woman that practiced witchcraft, and the town found out and hanged and killed her on that tree outside the same house. So the witch's spirit is taunting the family. I think it was a fantastic idea to go different, to make the genre breathe more. Like, when do you ever see an evil witch ghost? So usually with sequels, they sometimes are just worse than the first. That rhymed. Or sometimes it's greater than the first. I should be a poet. Joking aside, with The Conjuring 2, I would say it's way better than the first. I loved how the first Conjuring, it was very different from other paranormal films, and they never had cheap scares to just add to the movie. James Wann was creative with the scares with the first film, and I was glad when I watched the sequel they just added to the creativity. I would think they did even better. Of course, it made it better that it took place in the Great England, where people drive buses that look like dominoes turned over and drink tea all the time. I mean, come on, tea's alright. This time, the sequel is about a family again, but this time, it's mostly about this girl, who's this very socially awkward person who wants to fit in, so she'll easily fall into peer pressure. So people like her, again, give the characters depth and development, but right away you'll notice how a ghost at their house is really messing with the girl, almost making her family think she's going crazy. And what made me appreciate the movie more than the first is, you see how the ghost is making the family distraught and depressed, especially since the media is saying the mother's daughter's faking the whole ghost thing. And it's really affecting the family. I really like how James Wann showed how the media can make things worse and affect the family a lot more. What also makes this movie better is what makes it completely different from other ghost movies is that the main ghost, what also makes this movie better than the first is what makes it completely different from other ghost movies is that the main ghost, who you in the audience think he's evil, that he's messing with his family, especially the girl, but as the movie goes on, you learn that, well, the ghost is also a prisoner like the family, and it's a demon who has the ghost and is trapping him from being free. So to just get peace and be free from the demon, the ghost has to do the work and scare the family and kill them. The ghost has a meaning behind why he's doing this evil stuff, and I really enjoyed that a lot. But oh man, now we get to the newest Conjuring, the third one. And man, I know lots of people thought this movie was a disappointment, but I don't know about that. I enjoyed it. I mean, it's not like the first two Conjuring films, but I still thought it was a good time watching. I mean, with the first two Conjuring films, they have a good story, and the family is the heart of the films, and you connect to them, but not with the third one. The third one took it seriously, but man, it was fucking ridiculous. And when it got crazy, I dug it. So this is how I see the third Conjuring movie. It's like a favorite TV show of yours. All the episodes are hitting and great, and then you get to that one episode, that one thriller, that's not bad, but it can be better. It's just alright. So, this is what I'll say. I very much love the first 2 Conjuring movies. It's unique and very different. I enjoyed how the ghost can really affect a family. The whole meaning behind the Conjuring films is that how families get distraught, how they get depressed, but how you deal with that. How do you deal with this issue of yours? How do you deal with it? Do you give in? Or do you try figuring it out? Like, I like the meanings behind these films. It's about families getting over grief, trying to combat the issues that's going on with them. It's very much a family drama if you took out the paranormal stuff, and it works very well. But yeah, guys, I enjoy the Conjuring movies. I hope you do too. I would definitely recommend the 2 first films, and even the 3rd one. Would I recommend the spin-offs? Hell to the no. But if you guys like this video, give it that thumbs up, like it, and share it to other people. And yeah, subscribe. It really helps out the channel. It helps me make better content for what you guys like. So subscribe and tell other people to subscribe. I'll really appreciate that. Helps me grow, helps people find out my channel. So thank you very much if you made it to the end. You guys are the awesome ones. And yeah, peace out, subscribe, like, and share. Peace. And don't let the ghosts get to ya.